Here we have a 2020 Lincoln Corsair. And this one comes in ice mocha on sandstone premium leather. It's got that 2-liter turbocharged engine, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. There's the front end there. Got LED headlamps and LED daytime running lights. And then here you've got your 19-inch aluminum wheels. You've got passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And then you've got memory seating for 3 passengers. You've got your power windows, power mirrors, power door locks. And then your headlamp controls, which I think is pretty neat. You just toggle this down. You can put your parking lights on, automatic lights on, or just turn your headlamps all the way on. You've also got a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Then there's that there. Really nice stitching. And then you've got a Bluetooth button right here, which I like how they did that. And we'll get back to that here in a moment. And here's your rear seat here. To scoot that back, you just go down here, pull up on the bar, and it scoots all the way back. And actually, for this being one of the smallest crossovers that Lincoln offers, I can actually sit back here pretty comfortably. And I've got the seat back leaned back a little far for me, but if this was leaned up a bit more, I'd be perfect. And you've got lighting in the door trim here, which is really nice. It's like a pink is what's going on here right now. Then there, you've got your 2-stage heated seats. And you've also got 2 USB chargers down there. And then you've got a panoramic roof. I need to push it all the way back. We'll do that here in a moment. And then these fold up. And you've got cup holders right in here. And you just tap that and they come out. And there's your trunk space there. And then push these 2 buttons and the seats fold flat. And there's your passenger side seat here. And there's a door trim. So to control your steering wheel, you basically have this little knob which you press down. And then you do it on this side. as well. And then what's really cool is it changes what's displayed depending on what you're doing. So I really like that. And then here, you can set your cruise control and all that. And then you've got buttons here if you push back on. And we will display that here on the test drive. But of course, you've got your Rebel sound system. And there is your navigation. There's your backup camera in 360. And then you've got your active park assist, which you can do that and just follow the prompts. And then you can control your auto stop and whatnot here, along with the other driver assistance features. And then here, you can pull up your camera on the fly. But you've got park, reverse, neutral, drive. It's all push button. And then you've got a dual zone automatic climate control system here with heated and cooled leather seats. Each of those 3 stages. And then down here, you can select your drive modes. So you've got deep conditions, which is heavy snow or mud. And then you've got slippery, which is for ice. You've got normal. You've got conserve. And then you've got an excite, which is like a sport mode. And then there is your storage. So you've got a pretty deep pocket down in there. Like I said, there's your full panoramic sunroof there. Goes all the way back to the second row. And then over here, you've got your glove compartment. And then finally, we're gonna take a look at what's under the hood. And there's your 2-liter turbocharged engine. And next we're gonna go ahead and take this Corsair out on the road for a test drive. And I've got it in the conserve mode. And it does a really good job at changing the drive mode. It just keeps the revs down as low as possible based on throttle. But I just want to try out the normal mode just to see how that differs. And it really does, the normal mode, what it does is it drives normally. So with your Excite or your Sport mode, the revs are higher, kind of a little too high unless you're actually going to be doing some aspirated driving. And the normal just drives like a regular car. While your Eco mode, it's literally trying its best to make sure that you get the most efficient driving experience possible. And I like how there are 3 different modes, and it's very easy to tell that there are 3 different modes. And I've got the radar cruise control on now, and I'm not giving it any gas. I've got the cruise set on 52, but the car is stopping due to the vehicles in front of us slowing down. And pretty accurate based on my gap adjustment. And I'm gonna put it back into Sport mode. And then try the paddles out. So I like how they shift when you tell it to. And when you do have it in Sport mode, one thing that, I mean, you have to drive it in Sport mode. So right now I'm trying to shift, but since it's in that Excite mode, it's not allowing me to. It'll let me shift down, but it's not gonna let me shift up. So I'm just gonna dial it back to conserve. So pretty good fuel economy numbers just on cruise at around 40 miles a gallon. That's about what I was getting for instantaneous fuel economy. So really good coming out of a 2-liter turbo. And in this bumper-to-bumper traffic, it is a very, very reasonable option. The brakes are good. The ride height's good. How it accelerates is good. Really nothing to complain about from this car. And this sport mode is really good in terms of acceleration. And with it being a Lincoln, it's still, the ride quality is still there, which is awesome. Like, it doesn't feel like a Camaro when I'm accelerating. It feels like a Lincoln that's had a little something in its juice this morning. And then the radar cruise, along with the lane keep assist, really does a good job at taking over for a little bit. That's not what it's meant for, but it can do that. And that's the car braking for me right now. And now I'm going to let it take back over in terms of driving. And a really good feel from the lane keep. It doesn't really ping. It's got a really good grip in terms of trying to keep you in the middle of the lines. I'm getting off, so I'm going to take that off. But very impressive. But that's the end of my review of the 2020 Lincoln Corsair.